Hey there, thanks for tuning into DuckBricks. I'm Chris, and I'm excited to give you another update on the Bionicle Lariska Dark Hunter Fanon Contest, which have been running over the past couple of months, and now it's time to conclude them. Because now, finals voting is open, and we will announce the top 6 finalists who made it this far out of a pool of nearly 150 entries. This has been a hard-fought battle for these finalists, and after rounds of quarterfinals and semifinals, they emerged the winners. Now keep in mind there are 42 different prizes spread across the top 4 winners, so 4 out of these 6 people here will be getting a prize, and it's up to you to determine who it is. And so we will be going in depth into each of these 6 finalists. I'll be sharing my thoughts, talking about what I like, what I dislike, and I will not be predicting who will win, but I definitely have my thoughts and ideas, and I'm so excited to see if the community will vote for what I expect. And so, without further ado, I think it's time that we actually jump into the finalists themselves. I do want to say a massive congratulations to every single person who've gotten here so far, from everybody who entered to my amazing review team. This has been a phenomenal experience and one of our biggest contests yet. And so, let's just jump right in and take a look at those finalists right now. Alright, so I know I mentioned in previous videos that the finals for the Lariska Fanon Contest would only include the top 2 entries from each of the 3 semifinals, but I figured why not make things a little bit more interesting and include the top 3 for the finals voting, giving us 9 finalists for this last round of voting. And so let's now go in order and take a look at every single one. Starting off with number 1, we have Lariska on the Prowl by AR9914. This is the only art entry that made it through to the finals, and man is it a fantastic one. This user consistently puts out a lot of fantastic art entries, and this is no different. I'm incredibly impressed with the composition of the shot. I love having the background of the archives kind of set apart with Lariska spying on the Toa Licon figure down there, as well as Tuvaki. This is just such a cool and interesting art piece, and you can very clearly see actual construction elements being integrated into the torso and legs themselves, from Technic panels to stuff like the Baraki armor pieces for the thighs, making this something that could be physically built in real life with Bionicle pieces, and something I would love to see built in person. Moving on to number 2, we have an entry by Ryder BD. This is a digital entry that features a fully custom and unique torso. I love the usage of the tubing elements in the chest as actually bananas recolored in teal, or at least that's what it looks like, or some sort of a claw pieces in there, really giving it a very unique look and feel for the torso itself. And of course, the mechanical arm does actually have a play feature in the form of the Hordika action feature as well, which is very cool to see. Moving on to entry 3, we have an entry by Sonova. This is another one of Sonova's fantastic digital entries with another completely custom, unique torso build, featuring a good blend between some Technic panel pieces. We've also got some CCBS claw elements in there, and a really good build for the head as well, which combines all different eras of LEGO building systems, from a system mouthpiece to a Bionicle G1 kind of Vaki type head, as well as a few CCBS armor shells on the side. This is just a really well-built model, and I would love to see this actually built in person, and I do believe a few people actually have made this. Moving on to number 4, we have Galva's entry. This is a pretty radical different design for the mechanical arm, making it an extendable arm with the friction add-on, which I think is a pretty cool design feature to have. I really do appreciate the very unique aesthetic and spindly limb-like appearance that this has, and this really does get across the agile Dark Hunter aspect to it, with some system swords being used for LEGO minifigures as the daggers themselves. Moving on to number 5, we have an entry by Alex Mox. This is a blend between Bionicle and System, and I am really impressed by just the shaping and composition of this build. It is unlike any other build that I've ever seen submitted to any contest like these, and even if this does not win, I would definitely be happy building this on my own, and probably do want to actually construct this myself. So thank you, Alex, for providing excellent breakdown photos if you do want to build this yourselves, and yeah, this is just a really cool, well-built System and Bionicle model. Moving on, we have quite an interesting one by Katamed. This is a combo model. So if you bought the Nadiki and Kreka sets from 2004, all of the pieces from those models are used to create this combo model for Lariska, which is a really great way of doing it because it makes it a lot easier for folks to recreate on their own, and it definitely feels like it could have been a Bionicle set back in the day because, again, it is using pieces that were in specific sets that were released in 2004, which was when her character was introduced. So this is a really great model to see. Really love seeing the amount of detail being included here despite being a combo model, and probably is one of, if not the best combo models I've ever seen. Moving on, we have an entry by Student Scissors. This is a really nice blend between system and Bionicle pieces that really does feature and factor in the teal color scheme. I love the inclusion of the system curved elements here, and the very unique color for the orange arm is super cool. This is another one that even if it doesn't win, I mean, I want to build all of these, but if I had to pick, I would really love to physically build this in person, just because this has just such an interesting color scheme to it, a lot of fantastic building techniques, blending system and Bionicle parts, and just really well proportioned and shaped overall. Moving on to the next one, we have the Huntress by Giru 100. This is another really great one that primarily focuses on Technic and Bionicle building parts. I love the inclusion of an actual kind of mechanism for the mechanical arm having a mechanical strut here, which does appear to move as you bend the arm itself, which is super cool. And this is just a great pose to have the character in, just a really good looking model overall. And last but not least, we have Lariska by Redastrayzero. This is one that uses a cloth cape, which is really cool to be factored into here. I actually also really appreciate the usage of the CCBS bone on there, which definitely feels very mechanical. And the head looks really cool, being a Slicer modified inspired head with the Throwbot black visor on it. Everything just comes together really well with some system details as well, with the teal pieces being included just here and there as highlight parts. But you know the drill. It is now time to go to the voting link and vote for your top 3 favorites now. Bringing you to the link will kind of introduce this Google form here where you select which of the entries is your favorite, second favorite, and third favorite, and then you will decide the winners of the 42 different prizes, of which the top 4 entries on this list will be getting prizes. So 4 out of these 9 entries will be getting some fantastic Bionicle prizes. Good luck to all, and well played by everybody who entered. Alright, so you heard it. The time is now to vote. Go to the Google Doc link in the description below, which will bring you to the Google Slides entry for each of the 6 finalists, and cast your vote right now to determine the ultimate winner of the Lariska Bionicle Fanon Contest. Once again, thank you all so much for everyone who has been involved in these contests. I can't wait to see the winners, and the deadline is just a few days away as according to the Google Docs, so be sure to get your votes in right now, and I can't wait to see you at the polls. And so without further ado, thank you so much for tuning into Duckbricks. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming away very soon, and bye for now.